Hey everyone, it's Carri and welcome back to another video. So as promised, today's video is going to be another what I crocheted in a week. I have my market coming up this weekend, so if you guys happen to be in Georgia and if you live in the area and you want to check it out, I will be in Woodstock. I believe the market is called Art on the Green. It is a 2-day market, which will be my first ever 2-day market. Saturday goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday is 11 to 5 p.m. I will be doing a whole lot of videos. I actually have been recording to have a crochet with me type of vlog for the week because it is a longer market and more spread out because I will be going Friday and setting up and then having the market Saturday, Sunday. I am going to be bringing my camera, this camera right here, and I will be trying to record a little bit more since I think I'll have a bit more time and a little bit less stress because I will be setting up my booth on Friday and not necessarily having to worry about setting up tables and tents and Saturday morning. I'll just be basically putting up all of my plushies and everything Saturday and my banners. So I do plan on recording a lot more, and then I will of course also have my market overview video coming out sometime later that week. I can't really say exactly what time, but I wanted to come on here and record this. It is Thursday, so still have tomorrow and I still have the rest of the day today. I'm able to come up here and record because we have been having some crazy storms, so I brought my horses in a little bit early and I have a vet appointment coming up, so I wanted to get this done, show you guys so I can also tag all of this stuff. So you'll see that I did a lot of small items, which is basically was my intention anyway, to just remake some stock that I missed, and I was waiting on some of my yarn orders to come from Michaels and I finally got them, but I definitely focused a lot more on smaller items just because of the time frame too. Granted, with that being said, not everything that I am working on is actually going to be included. I've got some dogs, I've got some unicorns, I've got some turtles, triceratops. I also have a lovey and everything that I'm still working on finishing up that would not be included, but a lot of this is just smaller items, remaking things, trying to build up my stock. I just really don't know how this market's gonna go. It's not a market that I have ever personally done. I want to say vendor wise, I believe there's 70 to 80 vendors, so not a bad turnout by any means, and it's gonna be a sunny, cooler weekend actually, and it's gonna be windy, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I just really don't know how this market's gonna be. Out of the, I think there's 70 vendors. I do know that there are at least 2 to 3 other people that crochet. So that's always something that you get to deal with as a market person. Is definitely crochet seems to be something that is being very easily picked up, and it's becoming increasingly harder for someone like me to get into markets because it's typically the category that sells out almost the first. I've already been waitlisted for a few markets later in the year just because the category filled up, and those are markets that I applied for basically 5 months to 6 months in advance because the categories are full. So it is what it is. Let's go over what I've made so far, and then I can get this stuff tagged and we'll be in a little better shape. So I don't really have any of this stuff organized, so you're gonna see I might grab a few octos or bees, and then I'll grab something else, and then we'll be coming back to them. It's just how it's gonna be. I was just kind of making things at random, so it's not very organized, but I'll grab the first thing for y'all. You'll see in my other video that's gonna be coming out, I have been doing a lot of cooking recently. I decided to do it because it is really just me and my mother. We're very easy to please, so I've been cooking a lot recently so she does not have to cook. Because of that, it kind of hurts my crocheting because it does take a little bit to actually cook food. If it was just me by myself, I'd probably just be living off of instant stuff, but it's not. So it does take a little bit of time. So what I've been doing is when I have downtime between cooking, because I usually make meals that are soups, just things where you put it on the thing and then have to wait. I'll make small things, or when I am watching a TV show or something after eating dinner, I will make small things. So I took some of that time to make octopuses because I have the pattern pretty much memorized and they're so easy and small to make. So I did make quite a few octopuses. So I have this first one in the ice green type of color. And then I made one in the light blue color. I do have more octos. I know that in the thing. I made 2 more of these elephants that are just these small ones, and they are part of me trying to make a little bit more affordable, smaller options. And I have a feeling that a lot of these guys that are in this size that I'm making from this certain pattern, I'm probably gonna price about 12 to 15. So I made these 2, so I have 4 in total of these small elephants. The pattern that the doc that I have that usually includes all my patterns, I will admit has not been updated in a little bit. I need to spend some time updating it, but I just really have had like 0 time to do a lot of things. I have a lot of things that need to be done, just not happening. So if you guys happen to see any of these like patterns and you can't find it on the doc, just drop a comment and I will try my best to reply to you. So at least you have it. But for the small ones, I know that I have not updated that. And if you're looking for that pattern, it is from Haru Crochet. If you're looking at any of the small little ones, that is who has the pattern. I bought the bundle, which I think was like $30 or something. I've got some bees. This was really interesting because the first market I took the bees to, they did not sell. And then this past market, they did get a little bit more traction. Now granted, I did crochet a Winnie the Pooh. So what I did is I put the Winnie and the Pooh at the front, and then I had like all of the bees set up around it. So I don't know if people were like getting attracted to the Winnie the Pooh and then seeing the bees, but I did sell more bees than I had before the previous market. So I went ahead and just like replenished it back up to 10, I think. So I think I need like 5 or 6. A few more, and I know I have a few more still in the box, but there's some more. I also went ahead and made another one of these ice green squids. I had brought an ice green one and then a purple one and a light blue one in my previous market, and I think I only sold the ice green one. So since they're pretty easy to make, I just went ahead and made another one to replenish. So I have 2 of these hot pink octos. I just really don't use this yarn that much, and I bought so much of it. I think I ended up buying a 12 pack of it. I've been trying to make small things with it so I can kind of slowly start using it up, just because I can never find this color of yarn at the store, and for the longest time I could not buy singles, so I bought the 12 pack. So I went ahead and made 2 octos out of it. I replenished one of the turtles that I sold at the last market, and it was one of these pink ones, so I went ahead and made another one so that I would have 2. Same thing with my purple turtles. I sold out of both of them at the previous market, so I just went ahead and made another 2, so that way I have the 2 that I usually bring, because most of the time I'll bring 2 of a color, just because some markets I sell these offset colors like purple and pink really well, and then other markets they'll be completely ignored, so you never know when it comes to these different color turtles. I also worked on restocking my loaf cats. I don't think I got as many loaf cats as I wanted done. That's definitely something that I might do with the remaining time that I have once I finish up some of these other things. But I did start to restock them, so I've got these 2 gray and white ones. So I think in total I had like 8 or 9 done. If I can push it to 10, I definitely will, but I literally only have like a day or 2 left, and my arms are hurting so bad and my body hurts so bad right now from crocheting that I just have to be very realistic. But I do believe that this market I am actually going to bring some yarn with me, because I have a feeling that there will be more downtime than my previous markets. So I'm definitely gonna bring yarn, but I got these 2 guys done. At my previous market, I sold out of all of my purple axolotls, so I went ahead and I made 4 more of these purple axolotls. Pretty certain this was the only axolotl color that I had to remake. I think that some of my other axolotls I maybe have like 2 or 3 of, but because I made a vast variety of blues and greens, I didn't really remake anything besides the purple, because I did completely sell out of them. So I've got these 4. So this is one of the unicorns that I made. I do have the wings that I am probably going to attach, if I have time, to make it a, unicorn / Pegasus. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I do have this one, and as well, that is not going to be in this video, I have another one that is the same base body color with the winter white and the mustard, and then I'm doing it with the blue mane like I did last time, because I sold out of these 2 colors at the previous market. So I do have another one of these Pegasus unicorns. It'll have wings if I can get it sewn on. They're made. I just don't know if I'm gonna have time to sew it on, but I have this one. I have some of these small little stingrays. I had only brought one of these to my previous market and had sold out of it fairly quick, so I went ahead and made, I believe, 6 in total, but I did make 3 more this week, so I do have 6 of these guys in total. I just went ahead and did it in this kind of like dark gray color. Very easy to make, very straightforward, and I think really in total maybe one of them took me like 25 to 30 minutes. So these are also one of my cheaper priced items, which I think is good to have. I sell them at $12 just because they're pretty much as straightforward, I think, as you can get if you know how to do the foundation chain and then crocheting 2 pieces together. So I've got these 3 that I made this week. Here are the remaining octos that I have made. So I made 2 in the Burnett blanket that I still have. I'm really working hard on using the majority of this Burnett blanket just because we all know that I'm probably Burnett blanket's #1 hater. So I'm trying to use up this yarn. So I still have, I think, like 1 or 2 skeins, but I typically use this yarn to make like small things like octos, and this was a pretty popular color at my previous market, so I've got 2 done. I might take this yarn to the market and just make octos because typically while I'm at the market I try and do simple patterns that I can assemble there, and then also that way if I get like out of sort on my count, it's not as big of a deal as if I have a massive project that I'm working on that has a really large count, and then if I make a mistake then I'm kind of like in trouble and have to frog it, and it just gets so frustrating. So I usually bring or plan on doing smaller patterns at the market, but I've got these 2. And then the last one that I also made is just this small lavender one. I had the lavender yarn out and I think I was watching K-drama with my mom, so I decided to just make one of these small guys along with the other little pink guys. So this should be the last octopus I have right now. Here is another orange and white loaf cat, and this should be basically, so I have 2 orange and white ones. So I've got this one. I have 5 of my capybaras. The capybaras sold out at my previous market. The first market, nobody cared about them. This past market, I think I brought 4 or 5 and I sold all of them. So this would definitely be another item that I would consider either bringing the yarn there or making maybe 1 more or something tonight. It kills me because as much as I love Sweet Snuggles and Chanel Home Slim, sometimes you just get really crappy yarn from them that is really stiff, and it's not stiff enough like Burnett where I'm in physical tears and cannot process how to continue on. But it's still annoying and it still hurts me, and sadly this yarn color that I'm having to use is one of those yarns that is just really making me mad. So I did get 5 done. It was very painful to get these 5 done, and I'm gonna try and maybe get 1 or 2 more done just because they were popular, but at the same time I do have my 5, so I'm pretty happy with that. I also made 2 penguins. I think I sold 2 at the previous market, so in total I have 4, but I just wanted to make these guys because they still got some interest at the previous market. It's a pretty straightforward pattern. Doesn't really require much sewing or anything. It's just really color changes. So I went ahead and made the 2. Originally, it was my plan to make different colored ones like a blue, purple, pink, but the reality of it is that will not be happening. And I guess if someone asked me about those, I would just tell them to go order them off my website because I will not be able to make them. But I did get these 2 done. And then the remainder of the items that I have are possums. I think I only had like 1 or 2 possums left the previous market towards the end, so I think I've got 11 or 12 right now. This would also be an item that I would consider trying to push myself to crochet like a few more of tonight, just because the possums are also one of my cheaper items. I sell my possums at $12 because they are so small. I know there are some people out there who make much bigger possums and they sell them for more, but I sell them for 12, and the reason they usually sell well is because most people think they're cute and they are one of my cheaper items at 12. So I have these guys, and then here are a few more. So all in all, that is basically what I have finished up in terms of like actually finished. With that being said, I have like a whole nother Pegasus over there. I have 2 dogs over there as well. I've got some turtles. I've got some Triceratops, some Snuggles. So I still think by tomorrow I'll probably finish 10 to 15 items. It really depends on how the day is going. I still am pretty happy with myself considering that I only had basically like 2 weeks in between markets and I've definitely been pushing myself very hard, and I'm going to be looking forward to taking a day off maybe, or just taking life a little bit easier until my next market in June, just because it has been hurting me a little bit recently to crochet, particularly this morning. Is pretty painful, but I still got things I've got to finish up, and then basically I will have a couple easy days before probably kicking it up into gear, planning for my June and July market. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you guys are going to any markets soon. I always love to hear about what you guys are also doing. I think it's awesome. There are so many people who crochet and so many people who, you know, do markets, and even if you don't do markets, I mean, power to you that you crochet. This is not an easy hobby to pick up. I always have people ask me about it. I'm like, it's a lot of patience, and so I always salute anyone who can crochet because it is not for the faint of heart or not for somebody who gets frustrated very quickly. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next video, whenever that is or whatever that is. Bye!